Hey BookTube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching Books I'm Not Reading. Speaking of pain over joy, I have just been doing war with the weeds outside, and I know the weeds are gonna win in the end, but I just have to keep trying. So, pain over joy. Now, this tag was created by Lady Lovestead Reads, and I was tagged by Roz at Scally Dandelion about the books, and Roz has tagged me so many times. I feel so much pain, Roz. I can think of a tag a year ago that you tagged me in, and I didn't get to it in time, and I'm so sorry. So I really wanted to make sure I followed through with this one. So this is it's quite an interesting tag, and yeah, so anyway, well, hopefully it'll launch some more discussion. But anyway, so question 1, do you mostly read books illustrating pain or books illustrating joy? Why? I read books that I think sound interesting. I read books that I think will, I don't know, to have something to teach me, create empathy within myself. Like, I think at the core of this whole entire tag, my fundamental problem is I keep hearing my creative writing teacher in college say, only trouble is interesting. And so really, like, for a novel or a play, like some kind of trouble has to happen, right? There has to be some kind of pain. Whether it ends that way or not is another story. But anyway, so that's not, I would say that plays more of a role in the movies I watch. If I think a movie is going to be just super, super sad and depressing, like, I won't watch it. Or I will really, really dig in my heels about it with my wonderful husband. Question 2, do you see books about pain as more intellectually valuable? Why or why not? And in watching Roz's video, I think she's really right. Like, I mean, can we think of a book that's only about joy? Maybe a poem, a sonnet, maybe. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Again, only trouble is interesting, so something has to happen to propel things forward. I'm not, now, I think there are some books that are emotionally manipulative, and they just hammer you over and over and over again with horrible things happening to characters, and that I do not approve of. But if they're just trying to, like, force you to cry kind of thing, like, I don't appreciate when an author does that. Fortunately, I haven't had very much experience with that. So, question 3, why do you think major book prizes like the Booker and the Pulitzer mainly award books about pain? I don't think the Pulitzer Committee is out to pick books that are intentionally about pain. I think they're looking for, I don't know. For me, when I read a book, I want it to be like, the really special books in my life are like nothing that I've ever read anywhere else. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's how people make decisions about reading. Is it pain or joy? Now, again, I'm sometimes surprised by when I talk to people, like, especially my mom, when I talk to my mom about books. One book that I love, and I'm going to talk about it here in a minute, but my mom, she was just so sad about how poor the characters were. And I just felt like she had been really missing this kind of undercurrent of joy, or moments of joy within the book. But as far as prize winners go, I mean, prize winners should be looking for whatever the best book is. And again, I'm not sure that I can name, again, going back to film, one of my favorite documentaries is about Mr. Rogers. For those of you who aren't American, he was on public television. He believed in how, in treating children with respect and dignity and acknowledging their feelings and trying to help them understand what to do with those feelings. Anyway, so there's this fabulous documentary about Mr. Rogers, and even that, there's moments of great sadness in it. So yeah, but again, I don't think when a prize committee is sitting down to decide what is going to win the next Booker, the next Pulitzer, whatever, that they're looking for, like a pain meter or a joy meter. At least I hope not anyway. Question 4, do you use and agree with the phrase guilty pleasure? Why or why not? So I would maybe use the phrase guilty pleasure with myself, but I would never ever want to say that someone was reading something as a guilty pleasure. I feel like accusing someone, or not accusing someone, saying that about another reader is a bit demeaning. Question 5, do you think books centering on joy are guilty pleasures? Okay, so we're going to talk about one of my favorite books of all time. And some of you are reading this right now. It's Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. I absolutely love the cover of this one. So this book, and this is the book I was referring to earlier with my mom, like my mom read this and she was just so sad about how poor the protagonist's family is and how hard they have to work and how much they struggle. But there are moments of just such beauty and joy in this book that to me, in spite of their poverty, in spite of the decisions that they're sometimes forced to make, in spite of the terrible things that happen, like at the end, I would say that there's so much joy in this book. There's still pain. There's definitely still pain in A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, no doubt. I mean, there are scenes I can think of right now that break my heart, but there are scenes with so much joy and beauty. And so, again, do you think books centering on joy are guilty pleasures? Like, in this case, I would say no. Like, I think this is an American classic. I think everyone should read this book, and I will say that I made my book club when I was part of it read this book, and even the men, there were several men in that book club, and they loved it as well. So this is not just a book for women. This is a book for, I think, for everyone. So one of my all-time favorites. Question 6, do you read in secret? Are there books you read but never talk about because of embarrassment, shame, or guilty, or you feel guilty about liking them? No, I don't read in secret. I don't think anyone should read in secret. That doesn't seem very healthy. Like, I think if you are, like, maybe, are you ashamed? Like, I don't know. I don't think anybody should be ashamed or embarrassed of what they're reading. I used to read Debbie McComber, which I suppose for me it might be a guilty pleasure, but the last one of hers I read, I was like, come on. Like, it was just too much. It was just, so silly, that I just didn't feel like it was really worth it. But as far as like my channel is concerned, I have never, we're coming up on 3 years, almost 3 years here, at end of June will be 3. So there's never been a book that I've read since I've had my channel that I have not talked about. it might just be in passing, like on a Friday Reads video. But otherwise, yeah, no, you guys know everything that I read. Now, if I were to read a Debbie Macomber, and again, there's nothing wrong with Debbie Macomber. I've seen other booktubers read like Jeanette Oak, or you know, like there's a whole Amish phenomenon that's been going on for a while, like, you know, so I don't know that I would feel like I would have very much to say to all of you about it, but I would not be ashamed or embarrassed to tell you. I'm really curious as to how you guys feel about these questions and how you would respond to them. So please let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Tag a couple people. I don't think any of these ladies have done the tag, but there are a couple channels that I watch a lot, and I just want to tag them and hear what they have to say. So the first one, so gonna botch this name. I still haven't figured it out. Bethan Brunigas Sokala. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bethan. Please forgive me. The next one is Berna's Bookish Adventure, and I think she's in Turkey. Then there's Melissa Furman. Melissa, I'm still rejoicing in your lawn mowing rant on one of your videos. Laura on air. Laura, you said you wanted to be tagged, so here you go. And finally, Marilyn Maya Mendoza. So I look forward to seeing your responses, and I definitely want to hear what you guys think about pain versus joy in books, guilty pleasures. Can we say one thing is more valuable than another? So yeah. All right, BookTube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. If you're battling the weeds, my heart goes out to you. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.